Hello, Alaxers! Choosing where to buy a home is no small task. Whether you're looking to leave the nest or just need a change in scenery, it's a big decision, one we would love to help you make. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete list of the best places to buy a house in the world. And if you find this video valuable, we're asking you to let us know by subscribing to our channel and clicking that bell button so you don't miss any of our future videos. Also, drop any questions you might have in the comment section below and we'll be getting back to the first 50 who do. We really want to be more engaged with you guys moving forward. So with that out of the way, let's start looking for your new home, shall we? With number 1, Los Angeles. Two things are always certain when it comes to living in Los Angeles. The cost of living is exceptionally high, and if you wait long enough, you can always count on your neighborhood to spike in popularity. If you're on a budget though, this might not be the best choice for you. But if you've got some money to invest and a thirst for opportunities, LA is definitely a destination to consider. Number 2. Italy. People, brace yourselves. Houses are again on sale in Italy, and no, we're not talking about the €1 homes, which would end up costing you way more once you are done with the renovation work. Today, there are a few villages which are selling homes that are ready to move in for a grand total of €13,000. No work required, and many are located in beautiful places, which might make it easy to rent them out when you're not occupying them. Sure, they're pretty small houses, but for a chance to live the Dolce Vita on the cheap, who's complaining? Number 3. London. This might be a good time to think of buying a house in London. Housing prices have decreased due to the uncertainties caused by Brexit, so you can find some pretty sweet deals out there. What's really attractive though is if you reside in the UK but your permanent residence is overseas, your overseas income is out of reach for the Inland Revenue Agency. In other words, your overseas income will not be taxed as long as you keep it there. Pretty convenient, right? Plus, this is where you want to live if you plan on becoming a finance mogul. Number 4. New York. The business capital of the world, this city is filled with an enormous amount of opportunities for wealth building. New York is your choice if you want to live where you work. Opt for a townhouse if you like living in the city, or you can choose a fully detached home in areas like Ditmas Park or Forest Hills, where you can have more space both indoors and outdoors. Number 5. Miami. The first reason to choose Miami as your home is that Florida is a no-income tax state. With a median listing price of about $500,000, houses might not seem cheap, but for the same price you can get a much bigger house in Miami than in New York. However, in this location you will have to be mindful of climate change. Miami's sea level is rising at an average of 1 inch every 3 years, which means if nothing's done to counteract the effects of climate change, by 2040 more than $3 billion worth of property could be lost to Davy Jones's locker. And speaking of climate change, check out our video 15 Things You Didn't Know About the Renewable Energy Industry to learn some more about what we can do to preserve our planet. Number 6. Monaco. This principality is a well-known tax haven. Think London, but with much nicer weather. Monaco is packed with luxury real estate and it hosts a great number of world-class events. This is the place to be to meet the rich and famous. Apart from being beautifully scenic with its location on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, the city is also very well connected to Europe's main business centers thanks to its proximity to the airport in Nice. Number 7. San Francisco. Reaching out to you tech nuts. If you choose San Francisco, you're basically a hop, skip, and a jump away from Silicon Valley, the cradle of all technology startups and the world of opportunity for anyone interested in this sector. In 2019, tech jobs accounted for 20.5% of all jobs in the city. But you might need to work an awful lot if you want to buy a house in San Francisco. The median listing price for an average home is about $1.3 million. Number 8. Medina, Washington. Medina is a city of about 3,000 people sitting on Lake Washington just outside of Seattle. Two of its most noteworthy residents just so happen to be Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, whose companies are both headquartered in Seattle. Amazon's founder bought his estate there for $10 million back in 1998 and added a $53 million house next door in 2010. Bill Gates lives about a half a mile up the road from Bezos in his $125 million compound he nicknamed Xanadu 2.0. But sure, with these houses costing around $7 million, it's not a place for everyone. But then again, your neighbors wouldn't be just any regular person, now would they? Number 9. Dubai. The United Arab Emirates is a tax-friendly country and offers a great variety of properties to choose from. Attractive areas for investors in Dubai include downtown, Palm Jumeirah, Marina, and International City, which have all made the UAE a premier destination for overseas property investors. Number 10. Paris. The City of Lights has its own way of attracting foreign investors. There's a double taxation agreement for expats who live in Paris for fewer than 183 days a year and get a salary from abroad. Basically, you only pay taxes once in your home country. Just perfect if you want to take part in the city's fashion world. The downside, though? Bureaucracy. One could drown in all of the papers, but be patient. You'll be rewarded with one of the most amazing cities in the world. Number 11. Singapore. Singapore is a vibrant city and one of the most desirable places to live. The city boasts a strong economy. It's a safe place for children to grow up in and has excellent education and healthcare systems. In addition to that, Singapore has low personal income tax, great investment potential, and there's no restrictions regarding the import of capital and repatriation of profits. This could be a great choice to experience Southern Asian culture while still being in a very multicultural society. Number 12. Switzerland. Did you know that 40 of the world's billionaires are Swiss citizens? With its favorable tax system, political stability, innovation, and preferential inheritance tax system compared to some other European countries, this little alpine state makes it easy for the richest to maintain and pass on their wealth. Living costs in Switzerland are some of the highest in the world, but so are the wages, and with the kind of protection this country offers, it still remains a top country to consider. Number 13. Australia. Getting an investor visa may take up to 12 months, but Australia is still one of the most coveted places to go for in search of fortune. In the past, most wealthy migrants settled in Melbourne or Sydney to be close to good schools, universities, and business opportunities. While this is still the case, many are moving to other states and into regional areas. The Sunshine Coast and Bendigo are listed as two of the best areas to look for a home in 2021. Number 14. Panama. This little South American state is a global center of finance and commerce, much like London or New York, plus it's pretty safe and stable. Panama is one of those havens that sucks in resources when things in the world get volatile. You can buy properties in different parts of the state, providing first-world luxuries at 1/3 of what you'd pay in the big cities we previously mentioned. Moreover, there are no property laws, which makes the entire buying process way easier. Number 15. Morocco. Foreigners can't buy land for agriculture in Morocco, but they can buy investment property. The low cost of living makes Morocco worth considering. Rabat and Casablanca are major cities with plenty to offer. Just to give you an idea, Rabat is 63.2% less expensive than New York. The cost to build a villa is around $150 US per square foot. Alright, Aluxers, how about that trek around the world? Now you have the inside scoop on the 15 best places to buy a house. But what about you? Where would you like to live, and what location do you think is most worth packing up all your stuff and moving to? Join the conversation in the comments and we'll be right there with you, chiming in on the first 50 people leaving behind their 2 cents. Now, if you found some value with us today, please share that value by hitting subscribe and clicking the bell icon so you're given a heads up when our next video goes live. And before we wrap this up with a big bow and call it a day, for those of you sticking with us until the end, you know you're getting a bonus, another great location to buy a house. Number 16. Bali. A nice quality of life for a low cost of living. With a healthy economy and a variety of natural resources, Indonesia is one of the best countries for real estate investment. There, you'll find super fast internet, good airport connections, and cheap flights. Lots of co-working spaces, and we already said it, but it's an important one, a very low cost of living. Unfortunately, though, it's not that easy to buy property in Bali. The only way foreigners can do that is by owning an Indonesian legal entity, a PTPMA. This gives you the right to build and right to use titles to ensure you clear legal grounding. All good things to know if you have your sights set on the beautiful island of Bali. Thanks again, Aluxers. We can't wait to see you tomorrow for our next video.